to say.
Good morning, anybody around on the 11 this morning?
You always know when the winter's starting to come, when you've got the old tarpaulins. I had a tarpaulin, but I don't know what happened to it. So, I had to go and get a new one. This doesn't look like quite a bad one, really. I don't think it's English. It's German, so that's alright. We like German. German is usually good quality. Oh, is it? Is it German? It might not be German. Wherever that flag is. What flag is that? It doesn't matter. We've got it here. Look, product advantages. Rust-proof aluminium eyelets. All 100 centimetres. Yeah? No. Oh! I get what it means. Every 100 centimetres an eyelet. Double layer of material on all sides. Tear-proof. Well, we'll test that out. The trouble you get with tarpaulins, they usually get hole-ins and tear, don't they? Tear-proof, apparently. Laminated on both sides. UV stabilised, waterproof, yep, mildew resistant, brilliant, washable, all measurements with tolerance of plus minus 5%. So apparently you can put this in a washing machine. Oh well, let's crack it out, shall we? Look at this. Some of you lot will like this. Some of you lot will think this is good. I know some of you like filling up vacuum bags, don't you? I don't know why. But I got a mouse. I got a mouse in the shed and it's nibbled into my grass seed bags. So I've been cleaning it up and I brushed it up with a broom and there was a bit round the edge I couldn't get, so I vacuumed it up with this bag, with this vacuum cleaner, and it had a new bag in it. And yeah, some of you will like this. I know what it's going to be like. Quite a lot of dust gets through them bags, doesn't it? Goes on the filter. That's a new filter, that was. Alright, never mind. Yeah, look at that. It's going to be... Yeah, there'll be some of you out there going, no, I've had fuller, I've had more full than that. That's why, look. We've got a hole in the bag. Yeah, there's a hole in the bag there. That's why it got through into that filter. There might even be a mouse in here. There was a bit of a clunk. Look at that. You can't see that, can you? Full up to the brim. Full right up, that is. Love it. Yeah. That's what you call full. Well, it could be a bit fuller. It's not quite full. There's a bit of room left in there. So it could have been a little bit fuller. Still blocked up though. That was only just around the edge of the shed, that was. You know, right here when you get it, but I thought, oh, I'll just suck that up. But that's what happened. Full up. Full up, dude. Full up. Need to clean up. Been a long while since I've been in here. Anyway, the tracking service that I use on this car, it sends you messages, you know, if the voltage gets low or if someone's taken the battery out. You know, it says it might be getting broken into. So I just got a text message on my telephone to say the voltage is getting low. The voltage is low on the battery. You know, it tells you these sort of things. So I thought I'd better come out here and start it up. I haven't started this for probably over a month. Well over a month. So let's see what happens. Actually, it should be alright. Usually is. It unlocked alright. So turn it off, it just makes unnecessary noise. Yeah, it was a little bit low, wasn't it? It was a little bit low. Sounds as if we're probably on, sounds a little bit lumpy. Sounds and feels a little bit lumpy as well for some reason. I'll let it run for a little bit. I think I might clean it out. Let's give it a bit of a clean out. Hello you lot, here we go. Let's try and sort this out, shall we? I've got a bit of coax running out here to where I had a radio in here before, and it didn't really work out very well because what happened was I couldn't get the SWR on the antenna to be any good. So I have put it down to the fact that I think the batteries in this analyzer were a bit too low, and it was about 12 point something volts. So let's try again. Well, having said that, it weren't that. I mean, I even put an SWR meter on it and it still didn't work. So let's just double check this now, because what I've done is I've left the area on the roof. I've left the area. It's a Springer. I'll show you in a minute. We're going to have a look at it and see if we can work out what the trouble is. I've left it on the roof. I've been driving around with it, and we'll see if we can work out what the matter is with it. 13 volts now. So on 26,730 we've got a reasonable SWR, but we don't want it to be there. I want it to be on the CB. Oh, it's going down. Oh, blimey. No, it's going up again now. To where I want it to be. Yeah, see, it's going up. Just over 1.5. It's not bad there, but that's not where I want it to be. 1.4, yeah, 781. 781, 821. So on channel 40, 1.6 on channel 40. It's a little bit too high for me. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of that. Really, you know, you do want it as low as it'll go. I mean, that's perfect, that is. But we're on 20. We're on a bit, you know, it's well past the CB, 11 meters, I should say. So I've tried adjusting the air at the antenna up and down using the little grub screw, and that didn't really do much. So we'll have to have a look at that. Another annoying thing about this analyzer that I've got here, it's a bit dodgy, I think. It doesn't seem to stick to its frequencies. So you set it to, I want it to be reasonable around the channel 19. I don't usually stray far from that. If it's, you know, a bit high on 40 and a bit lower on 1, I don't mind. 19. I usually chat on channel 11. So anywhere between 19 and 11 I'm happy with. So 27. Try and get it, and I'm going to put it a little bit higher than what I want it, because it goes down by itself. So 784, we've got 1.5 SWR. So if I move the antenna, it's on the side of the roof at the minute, and it's sort of gone down. Frequencies are going down. They shouldn't be going down, but I'm going to move it into the middle of the roof and see what happens. I've been moving it around on the roof, and I think got a loose connection somewhere, because I've put it back in the place where it originally started off, where it was about 1.5, and we're getting an SWR of 4. So you touch it, it goes down to 2.2 if you touch it. Let go of it, it goes back up to 4. So I think I've got a bit of a loose connection in that mag mount. Might need to take that down and have a look. I've got in here another one, but I'm not really keen on using this one, because the Springer won't fit in it. Only this one fits in it, and I can't go under height restrictions with this one. It's alright. I just can't go under height restrictions with it, because it bend the mag mount off. It'll fall off. It's got a thing where you can bend it over on there, but that means I've got to get out every time. Might have a play around, see if I can get that to go on there, but I don't think it will. I think play around with it before. Yeah, look, the whole thing unscrews, but I couldn't get the what's this one called? The modulator. Now I couldn't get that to come off of the you know, the bendy thing, whatever they want to call it. I forget what it's called now. Yeah, I couldn't get it to come off. I've got a couple of other whips here. I've got this one, but that weren't much different really. That was a bit of a pain in the arse as well. So I'm just going to have to play around and see what I can get. That's the art of trying to set up a rig in a vehicle. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's a pain in the arse. It worked with this one the first time I've done it, but the other time, this time, it's been a bit of a pain in the arse. Right, so I've determined that mag mount is no good because it's just it's so weird, so strange. You know, it didn't work. When I originally set it up months ago, it had a good SWR, 1.3. Went out down the road, talking to someone, they were like, "You were very bad." Checked the SWR, it was off the scale, and it hadn't moved. So I put a new wire on it and everything. Still ain't working. It's got a problem with it. So, because it's cold and I can't be bothered to go and take it apart again, I'm gonna do a test if I can find it. I got another mag mount that I found the other day when I was clearing everything out. I found a small mag mount. I'm just gonna go and whack that on, but I've got to find it first. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. It's just a small one. It's got no thing on, no rubber on the bottom of it though, so I've got to try and find something, a bit of cloth or rubber or something to stick on the bottom. Otherwise it will scratch the roof of my van. But it's just a small little, smaller mag mount. A Gamma Super Mag. Yeah. So that's what I've got. Yeah, it's an quite old one I think. But hopefully this might solve the problem. I mean, there's not really a lot in there. You know, it's just a wire that sort of connects. But I'm going to try and find a bit of cloth. I'm going to glue a bit of cloth to the bottom of it with a bit of Gorilla Glue. Yeah, that'll be alright, won't it? Yeah, it'll be fine. And got to find a whip to put in there. Here we go. Here's our whip. I like these ones because you've got adjustable tuning rings on them that move them up and down until you get your tune to where you want to be on the band, or whatever band you want to be on, you know. Yeah. Interestingly enough, I just had that other whip, the Springer that's on the van at the minute. According to my analyzer, that was a flat SWR on 144, which is 2 meters, but crazy. Right, so for those of you that may be interested, what I'm doing is getting up here because it's flapping around. I've got this, it's like a thin material, it's from an old shopping bag, thin sort of material. That should be enough to stop it scratching the roof. You know, I did in the past put a tea towel, quite thick material, on the bottom of one of these mag mounts, but the trouble was, because it was so thick, it sort of limited the strength of the magnet, I suppose anyway, either that was just slippery. And as I was driving along the motorway, the mag, well, because it was a flat roof, a smooth roof as well on this particular vehicle, on this van I had then, and it slid right to the back. Right, it was at the front originally because it was the only place I could get a good SWR. Really, you want it in the middle of the roof. But by the time I got to where I was going, and I looked, that's the blade back. I mean, a slide mark, and it had slid all the way from the front to the back. And it's never happened to me before. Only when I put the tea towel on the bottom there to try and stop it. So it's, you know, so this time I've chosen a thinner material. Hopefully that will mean that there's minimum gap, so the magnet will be able to grip the best it can do on the roof. Hopefully, anyway. So what I'm going to do, get a bit of Gorilla Glue because it's only super glue I've got. Probably dab a bit in all around the edge or something, around the edge of the outside. Stick it down on there like that, and leave it to set. And once it is all set and everything, then I'll cut around it. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. This is just trial and error. We'll see what happens. Hopefully this does work. There we go. Stuck down there. Lovely Gorilla Glue. Had to make it a bit damp first, obviously. Lovely. Let's wait and see what happens.